Hello, this is Adam with Whisper Reviews. Welcome to my video. We'll be reviewing today the Therm-a-Rest Z-Lite foam pad sleeping pad. It is an incredibly clever piece of work, and this thing is kind of an egg crate shell molded foam design, but it's designed also to fold up into. It's designed to fold instead of roll, basically. As you're used to going camping, and I'm sure you've tried out many kinds of foam pads before, or you've seen them in the stores, maybe you've seen people sleeping on them, this thing can either fold up in sections of 3, and this can be like an extra pad on your backpack, so should you need extra cushy stuff, so you can put this in your backpack between your back or your other bag, see that? Or if you're on a car trip like me, you could kind of sit on this if it's extremely crowded in your car, and you could kind of use that as a seat that you would sit on, and that's exactly what I did, because it was so cramped in my car when I drove out to go car camping, and it worked out well, so it didn't take up hardly any space or any additional space in my vehicle. Can you see how those things internest and interlock? Because of that, it's very efficient on space. It gives you additional height of foam pad protection of your back against rocks and little sticks and nasty things that will keep you awake in the middle of the night. However, it interlocks those little egg crate bumps and ridges, and so that does very well. In my opinion, this is one of the best sleeping pads you can get overall. I am going to go back to, when I'm car camping, having this plus my other roll-up black foam sleeping pad, my kind of more generic one, because this one I could still kind of woke up in the middle of the night, and that's just because I need extra padding, I think. I'm kind of a thin, bony kind of person, and that's my own situation. But I think for most people, like an average person, probably would do very well with this, especially if you're sleeping on slightly cushier ground than this. This is actually a very hard piece of ground that I'm on, and so there's no cushion in this ground. Sometimes you're on soft soil or sand or something like that, and in that case you don't need too much sleeping pad protection. This one also gives good thermal insulation from the ground and will help your sleeping bag and help you stay warm in that regard. If you forget to bring your pillow, or you decide after you head out you need a pillow, you can kind of fold over a top section of this and get a little extra foam protection for your face, for your head, and there'll be a little extra section there, so you can kind of double it up if you want. That's another great feature, how this thing folds up, and then it's extra thick around the head area. You probably don't need as much really around where the foot part is. So that's probably okay. That won't be the end of the world, and so that's really handy. So the way this thing folds up, when you buy it at the store, it's all folded up in a smaller section, and that thing fits into kind of like a little square. And let me see if I can make it fold back like that again. It's kind of folded into one of these deals, like this. So this is more or less how they fold it up when you get it in the store, and you could put it on your backpack that way too, which I think is how it's intended to go. And so for me though, for car camping, I like to fold it in sections of 3, which also works out and is easy to get together. You don't need a little bag to put it in because it just sits nicely, so that's another plus. And I'm very impressed overall with the Z-Rest sleeping pad. Also, because it's not air-filled, I don't have to worry about it popping like I did with my old Therm-a-Rest, which was the original Therm-a-Rest, and once in a while I would pop that thing. So this thing's pretty rugged, highly recommended. Give it a big thumbs up, and thanks for watching Whisper Reviews on the Therm-a-Rest Z-Rest foam pad.